there guys, I am the Sixth Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. Just a very quick one today. With December rapidly approaching, I think a lot of us, myself included, were all very much looking forward to getting our hands very soon on the brand new Custodes and Genestealer codexes. And whilst we will indeed have the awesome new box set Shadow Throne in our hands before the end of the year, it does seem that unfortunately GW have announced today that the new codexes to go alongside them have been delayed until 2022. And now, first up, yes, this is a big disappointment. It should in theory not be a huge delay, I don't think, maybe a month at most, but it does still suck that the books to go along with these new updated units and armies in the box set aren't going to be available right away. Of course, I do fully expect the full rules and abilities to use everything in the box set to be shown off and released and given to us by GW, so that if you get the box you can, actually use the models in it with the 9th edition rules that they are intended to go along with. But it means that for a lot of the other units in the books, the Custodes Wardens, some of the Genestealer vehicles and that sort of thing, well, we may be in a bit of a weird limbo place until the full codexes do release next year. And so the reason for this video really is just mainly to let you know about the delay, but also to have a quick thought about whether it's time for GW to really wake up and realise that perhaps digital distribution of books and codexes and rules is a reasonable and in fact a good way to get these books and these rules into player hands. Because let's be fair, other companies who do go the digital route of product distribution wouldn't have this problem at all. Or at least they wouldn't have it to anywhere near the huge degree that GW does, or as often as we have seen from GW. And I think last year as well, there was a delay in the Death Guard Codex, I believe. So yes, I know there has been a pandemic going on, but realistically this is a big GW issue mainly, and they have, as I said, had several books and codexes delayed over the past year, and really I think a lot of it is unnecessarily because of their strict physical copy mindset. And when you really think about it, especially if you take into account the fact that some of their new changes, some of their big new brilliant changes that they've proposed recently, things like the quarterly balance data slate and the annual chapter approved points update, both of those things are brilliant ideas and well worth praising GW for introducing. But as we all keep telling them, it's more pages, it's more information, it's more stuff that needs to be carried around and collated and just kept in your backpack or in your bag or with your armies and whatever. And I just don't understand why they don't release all of those things digitally and let the Warhammer app be the main focus, the main base for all of your rules and your data sheets, and just update everything through there. You've even got a great intro system to that whole model of updating rules and selling stuff to people with the Warhammer Plus subscription. And in my opinion, I think it would be even better for GW if you could not only buy them in a physical copy in the store, but also buy the codexes online as and when you wanted them, or even, maybe pay a bump in your annual subscription just to have them all unlock as and when they come out. Because I guarantee you, and not just speaking for myself, but also speaking for myself, I love reading through other codexes and reading not only the unit datasheets and the weapon profiles and the abilities and everything, but also the background and the lore, and just finding out more about each of the armies in the game, because I love the 40k setting, I love the 40k universe, and I love all the factions that make it up. So I wouldn't just buy the codexes that appeal to me directly, the Dark Angels, the Orcs, the Custodes. I have actually bought every single 9th edition codex that they've released so far, and I would 100% sign up to a higher annual fee on Warhammer Plus if it got me easy, quick, digital access to all of the codexes and the lore books, and any updates and erratas and FAQs that subsequently get released for them as well. And on top of that, I think they could also double down if you really want to go from a cutthroat, business-focused, money-making perspective. They could double down and have the digital codexes maybe be a bit cheaper, but just contain the rules and the datasheets, and then release smaller, more slimline physical books with just the artwork and just the lore and the background. And yes, I know some of you might be saying that's a bit sneaky and money grubbing on GW's part, but realistically, I know lots of people, not just me again, but I know lots of people that just love the lore for certain armies and would, never want to play orcs or play Drukhari or whatever, but want to read about their background and see all the cool pictures and read all the cool stories about them. Or conversely, have no interest whatsoever in the fluff or the background of their army, but they want the rules so that they can play their Space Wolves or their Blood Angels or whatever they may have as their favourite army. And I do honestly, hand on heart, think that having something like a physical art book and a digital rule set, and then maybe if they wanted to go a step further and really appease everyone, still do the regular physical full codex which had everything in it, so that, people like me who are kind of collectors could have that nice physical hardback copy with everything in it on their bookshelf or whatever. But I just think that would appease everyone, and realistically, in terms of how much extra it would cost them to do, I really can't see it costing them that much, because the big change is doing a smaller book in addition and then doing the digital rule set, which can't be that much more to reproduce when you've already done half of it in the big main codex itself. From GW's perspective, I can imagine that it would make a lot more players, both competitive and casual, dip their toes into just getting the art book if they wanted to see some cool pictures or read some cool fluff, or if they were just interested in finding out what things their enemy's army could do, or if they were preparing for a tournament and seeing what the other factions could do that they would need to prepare for, just buying the digital rules. So there would be a lot more people that would just dip their toes in and buy not the whole codex, but would buy just one part or the other, whereas previously, just doing the physical hardback, they would have never even touched the book whatsoever. So, sorry, we've gone a little bit off topic. This video is essentially that there is some bad news. The Custodes Codex and the Genestealer Cult Codex have been delayed. That is bad news, and it is a shame. Hopefully it won't be too long a wait before we can get our hands on them, but I am hoping, I'm not expecting, honestly, anything, but I hope that this delay, along with the honestly positive feedback that they've got from things like the quarterly update and the chapter approved, that maybe this makes GW think that a digital format through the app or through Warhammer Plus might really help to streamline and smooth out the, let's be honest, confusion that really does tend to run rampant through 40k by the time you get to the middle or latter half of an edition, when you have all of these campaign books and supplements and FAQs and erratas that you need to keep track of and carry around to even friendly games to make sure that you are playing with the most up-to-date and balanced set of rules. But what do you think of the codex delays? And what do you think of a move to a possibly more digital format for the rules and for the lore? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.